Hey y'all. What y'all up to? Been wrapping presents and cleaning up my mess. Anyhow, I know y'all done seen me today, but here I am again. I just wanted to talk to you. Hey Linda, I want to know if Lord's trying to tell you something and you ain't listening. Let me tell you what. So, you ever can't sleep and you're awake for hours on end in the night, and you're like, okay, I mean, most of the time we can explain it away, right? Oh, the kids are awake, or noises outside, or storming, or whatever. Well, I'm always analyzing why I can't sleep or whatever. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And so, a couple nights ago, I couldn't sleep. I was like, man, I don't understand. I was up for 2 or 3 hours, and I thought, that's crazy. I woke up at 2 o'clock, and the next day I thought, well, that's weird. Well, last night, I woke up again. I thought, no, let me go back. Listen, Linda, don't act like that. You've done it too. You squirrel all the time. Anyway, so I was like, I went to bed and I was like, oh Lord, you told, I remember I was laying there and you were telling me stuff and I didn't write it down. And I remember telling myself, oh, I'll remember, it's okay. Well, me and my husband's already had this conversation several weeks ago that if we have ideas or the Lord's talking to us in the middle of the night, to either write it on our phones or get a notepad and a pen and have it there so we can write it down. Anyway, so when I went to bed last night, I was like, oh, Lord, that was me. You were saying, you were telling me stuff and I have no idea what you were saying. So I asked him hey, will you tell me what you wanted me to know? Listen, he says in the Bible, he is our friend. So I talk to him like he's my friend, but I also respect him too, like my daddy. All right. So anyway, so I fall asleep, wake up at 2, and I'm like, why am I awake again? I forgot the whole thing. I'm awake, and I'm like, man, that's 2 nights in a row. I just don't understand why I keep waking up. And I rolled over, and I was like, well, Lord, I don't know what's going on, but you know what? Maybe I need to. What do you want me to say to people? You told me you want me to say stuff and tell them things in person or on TikTok or whatever. What is it? So I started going through things in my mind. Well, it wasn't me. It was him. And I don't know, 5-10 minutes into the conversation, while I'm laying there on purpose going, well, I'll just try to go back to sleep, I'm talking to myself, telling myself all these things again. I sat straight up in bed and it was like a light bulb come on. I was like, oh, ding dong. It's the Lord. He's telling you again, because it was things that I had already heard, things that I already knew. And I was like, oh yeah, I need to say that. And I need to, whatever whatever it is you're wanting me to say. Yep. So here I am, whatever it is that's coming out of my mouth, let me tell you, I already wrote highlights on my phone because I was up for 2 hours last night. And I kept trying, I'd type stuff, write it, whatever, type it, write it. And I'd put my phone back up and I go, okay, I'll go back to sleep. And it just kept going. New things would be in there. And I was like, okay. So I kept doing it. Well, finally, like the 3rd or 4th time, I was like, okay, I'm not laying back down. I'm just going to keep writing until you're done telling me whatever you want. Whatever quits coming out of here, then I'll quit writing. Well, finally, 2.5 hours later, I put my phone up and I was like, okay, Lord, I really am tired. Now, if you want me to keep writing, I'll keep writing and saying whatever you want me to. But if you're done, then I'll drift on off to sleep. Well, I drifted on off to sleep. But anyway, so I just letting you know, for one, my whole point Actually, the Lord's point is, what's he trying to say to you? And you keep ignoring him. You keep thinking, oh, it's nothing, it's nothing, it's nothing. There is no such thing as a coincidence. We all know it. We all say it. Think about it. Well, maybe not everybody, but us older folks do. Anyway, so what is it that he is trying to say to you? Is he trying to say, quit smoking? Hello, I'm on the journey. Which I haven't been. Ooh, thank the Lord. And I haven't mentioned that to y'all because, well, I don't know what I was waiting for to tell y'all. But I will tell you that that is one of the things. And I wasn't even thinking about telling y'all that. But anyway, but if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be able to quit. That's a fact. That's a fact. Just like I said, before about being able to get through the family deaths that I have. And just in this year alone, everything. But anyway, so he's helping me with that as well. And I didn't even start smoking until I was 30. Anyway, that was not the point of this. Anyway, anyhow, what's he trying to tell you? Do you need to quit yelling at your spouse? Do you need to quit yelling at your children? Listen, now I've told mine. Now, the reason they got upset with me for yelling, I said, listen, if you did what I said the first time or the second time, I wouldn't have yelled at you by the third time. I didn't go around yelling at them all the time, although they thought I was. Wait till they're parents. But anyway, like I said yesterday, I digress. So anyway, I'm trying to make these videos short and sweet, but it's hard. The Lord talked to me for 2 hours last night. Oh, let me tell you. You know what? I have always been made fun of for building a clock my whole entire life. And let me tell you, it took maybe because, I require me to build a clock to tell my stories. Maybe I need a clock built for me. Maybe that's what the Lord in the middle of the night, maybe that's what he's doing for me. Building a clock for me because that's how I relate. I don't know. I thought about that when that light bulb came on. Anyway, where was I? What's he saying to you? What does he want you to do? Is it salvation? Have you asked him into your heart? Do you believe that Jesus died on the cross for your sins? Do you believe that there's a heaven? Let me tell you. What is he saying to you? Do you need to stop lying? If you're lying, you do need to quit lying. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and bring up everything in the world that you could be doing that he's talking to you about. I just want you to pay attention. He clearly, because this was one of the things he had me write down. I don't know. I am not speaking to someone in my life specifically. He clearly is wanting something said. So it doesn't matter to me if one person watches these videos or if thousands watch them. If the Lord is speaking to you and it's one person, great. If it's thousands, great. Because I'm not doing it for my benefit. I'm doing it because he told me to. You know what? And I love people. I pray that people will seek him because he is the only thing that is going to get you through. And if you're not storing treasures up in heaven and all you're doing is storing treasures up here on earth, no bueno. I love y'all. What's he saying to y'all? What keeps coming up over and over and over? It's not you. It's the Lord. All right. I love y'all.